Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. Game 3, final game of this WC3 here. WCA Group C match. Let's go to Observer, because servers are a lot better than watching from a player's perspective. 1-all. Who would have thought? Yeah. Again, this series doesn't really represent how most human mirrors will actually turn out to be. I would just straight up say I do apologize for the shaky commentary on game 2. Again, it's like I'm really bad with games that are over 20 minutes. And yeah, my throat just died out. I don't know what I can say. Game 3 here on the map Turtle Rock. FQQ spawning in as the teal human player on the right side of the map. He will be facing off against Yumiko, the grey human player on the left. Seems like the same start for both players. FQQ going for an incredibly early arcane vault. In fact, I think he did this last game, but he arcane vaulted slightly later on. Let's see how much this will actually, change things, because he did change quite a bit between game 1 and 2. Game 1 he went for, really greedy tier 3 rush into knights, into whatever, and he kind of got a little punished because his main tech got delayed around his keep time, and Yumiko just reacted really well. Game 2 on the other hand, it was really back and forth. FQQ went for the tier 3 rush again, but instead of knights he went Griffin Aviaries, and that made a lot more sense because you didn't have to, build the barracks that you didn't build before. You can just go straight up and build Griffin Aviaries, which is really a lot more efficient. FQQ, I have no idea what he did here, but this annoying sheep is being rather annoying. Oh, this is what he is doing. He's really cheesing it out. That is why he got himself that early arcane vault. That makes a lot more sense. Huh. Interesting. Really interesting. Yumiko, however, will spot this, and this party might actually end earlier than expected. So what FQQ did basically is purchase himself a mechanical critter, which is this thing little here. As a spectator you can't really know if it's a mechanical critter or not, but basically mechanical critter, if you don't know, is basically a critter, but it's a human controlled, so you can move around and act as a scout. Sometimes it's not really worthwhile using because it's sometimes really obvious to know whether or not it's a mechanical critter or not. And of course, the health bars. The health bars are the biggest indicator, I think. I believe most critters are 5 health. Don't quote me on that because I haven't really clicked on many critters lately, so I don't exactly remember. Regardless, most players would kill critters no matter if they're facing a human or not, because they're really annoying, and sometimes they actually creep block you, and that can be a bit of a pain. FQQ really loves to experiment here. Oh, that's not going to turn out well. He needs to get rid of that Troll Berserker, and he might not be able to. He will go for a suicide instead. That was really weird. But yeah, he almost pulled it off there. I guess it made sense not to just TP scroll back because Yumiko was knocking on his door. That's so weird. It's like, it's almost something that you would see Science of Warcraft doing, not, someone during the WCA qualifiers. It was rather interesting because it could have definitely worked out to be kinda good. Because what FQQ, like, he's not doing anything in the first 7 minutes. He's just ticking up to tier 3. I guess the Archmage does serve as a really good defender, but it seems like he's answering that with just towers. So yeah, Archmage can be left alone to his own devices. The only problem is Yumiko is actually sticking a footman on his tail, and should be able to realize that the Archmage might be able to go for the same thing again. Okay, seems like he's gonna attempt the top right camp once again. He was able to TP staff to his mechanical critter. Also a plus of having, you know, those little guys there. But, you know, like I said, it's really obvious. And it seems like Yumiko has found his little spot and kills his own sheep. That's really sad, because I really wanted to see what item FQQ would get early on. Yumiko, really confused, probably doesn't know what FQQ was trying to accomplish here. TP staff was sold, in fact, so he's unable to actually get out. Level 3 on the Archmage. Unfortunately, the Blizzard didn't exactly deny the Archmage there, so hardy-dar. Castle Tech on the way. Yumiko most likely going for the same thing as well. Mountain King coming up as the second hero. Meanwhile, FQQ can't really go for a Mountain King because he spent so much resources reviving his own Archmage. That's such a downside. Maybe FQQ needed a bit more practice before, you know, attempting this kind of thing. Of course, it was really lucky that Yumiko spotted that, like, first attempt in the top right anyway. I'm surprised he actually, you know, was able to spot that out. Okay, it seems like FQQ is just going for the standard fast expand. He might need a lot more peasants than this, but I guess Blizzard is a really good glue to this rather wacky object. Still gonna take a lot of damage. Archmage at level 2. Brilliant Aura has yet to be trained up, so I don't know. Almost jumped to level 3 as well. That was very, very close. He's just 1 kill away from that. Early expand has been placed down. Tier 3 is nearly done as well. Griffin Aviary returning to the battlefield. And the Castle Tech should be completed, and Griffins should just pop out of there in no time. TP staff, actually 2 of Footman, and the early expand, not early expand, the natural expand will be cancelled. It will be party pooped. Too bad, Yumiko, you are pretty much a party pooper in this game, because FQQ was entertaining us, and, well, I guess we're no longer entertained. I guess Blizzard, I guess the Archmage has to go for a lot more Blizzard harassment, but it is a rather bit of distance away from the gold mine, so Archmage might not be able to get a good Blizzard off at all. In fact, he's out of mana because of the feedback damage of the arcane towers. TP staff is still usable though, so maybe he'll go for that when he sees Yumiko on the way. Staff of Sanctuary, and that's pretty much it. Griffins are out. I believe Yumiko is aware of this now, so he should be a lot more prepared than, you know, than he was in game 2. He is going to go flying machines, a lot more of a suitable counter to Griffins, because they are a lot more inexpensive and very spammable, unlike Dragonhawk Riders, which they really struggle against flying machines. And yeah, I mean, like, flying machines accomplish a lot more than Dragonhawks, I would say. I really wanted to see that work for FQQ, because that was really interesting. and things have gone quiet. Okay, music has started again. I really hate that awkward moment because when I talk to myself and then the music just stops, it's like, oh god, music, come back please. Ogolo can't be contested by both sides. Yumiko does seem like he has the more numbers, but I mean FQQ has his griffins out, so that might be a bit of a problem. Endurance aura will be picked up there, so the Django of endurance for the Mountain King. That's movement speed and attack speed for every nearby unit. Uh-oh. Doesn't look good, but the Gargantuan Sea Turtle was taken out, and the item was the Scroll of the Beast. TP Staff will be used now since the Stormbolt was in cooldown. Flying Machine's able to snipe down those Griffins, however, so FQQ's in a bit of a shaky position right now, because Yumiko doesn't seem like he's gonna let up anytime soon. He has a lot of resources, he can go for an expansion. Otherwise, he can just go over upkeep, I guess. +1 attack upgrades for the Flying Machines, I believe. I don't know what if you can do at this point. He kind of really messed around a little bit in the early game. Losing his Archmage a couple of times for no reason is... it's really hard to get away from that. It's also really hard to aim the Blizzard against those Flying Machines because they can just move out so quickly. Spell Breakers are out in the battlefield. They will be able to transfer the slows from the sorceresses back to them, I guess. But other than that, I'm not sure if Spellbreakers were the right decision because they can still be attacked by all units. Archmage of FQQ will fall at level 3. I guess Spell Steal might be the thing here. I don't know. It's really hard to see because of these Flying Machines. But seems like the Paladin will get picked off as well. So one by one, FQQ's heroes get surrounded, picked off, and then yeah, I guess FQQ pretty much lost this game. But he is still sticking on. Surprisingly, he has a lot of resources to keep reviving his heroes. He has an expansion attempt in the coast spawn of Yumiko, which is really cheeky, but that should be cancelled, and there we go. Flying Machines trying their best to die for the cause of the greater good, but they weren't committed enough and they actually retreated. I would have just gone for it, honestly. I would have just thrown my Flying Machines to deal with that final Griffin. Oh well, it doesn't seem like FQQ is actually going to make any more Griffins, I don't think. It's super weird. Because I don't think Griffins are going to be the answer anymore. Spellbreakers, I'm not sure if they are the answer. Maybe FQQ needs to be a little more well-rounded. Maybe workshop units, something like mortar teams maybe. But I don't know, it's really hard to say at this point. Ogolord in the bottom left will be taken out, and it is going to be Yumiko this time that gets the item. It is going to be Legion Doomhorn, Unholy Aura for the grey human player. So that is attack speed and life regen compared to Endurance Aura's movement speed and attack speed. Actually no, it's life regen and movement speed, not attack speed. Sorry about that. Yeah, kinda got mixed up. it's turning out to be a farm game for both sides. I would have assumed Yumiko would have just finished the job, but I guess not. The flying machines now can actually go after the Griffin. And that would pretty much be FQQ's army in a nutshell, other than his flying machines, who I don't think they can still, you know, be much use against those knights and footmen. I don't know, man. It's... I mean, the turtles are still not being dealt with either. They can't choose who to go for. Okay, apparently Yumiko is gonna just finish them off. Potion of Greater Mana, I believe, has been dropped, so that's gonna be pretty useful for the Mountain King. Maybe the Paladin if he ever finds the time to use his mana. A reveal was used by Yumiko. He does have the Magic Sentry upgrades done, so those Arcane Towers can actually provide free reveals in a very long cooldown. Expansion attempt for Yumiko as well will be placed down very soon. The flying machines pretty much has really turned into scout machines now. No semblance of any air units for FQQ anymore, so I guess it's a fair bet that Yumiko would win this game since he's just ahead, 38 versus 71. I think there's no competition whatsoever. Alright, Animal War Train Knights, finally. We've had like two games already with Knights, but no Animal War Training. It's been weird. Inner Fire also being utilized by these priests, so that is a fair bit of armor and attack damage. Of course it costs like an insane amount of mana as well, so not many people use that over, you know, the self-cast heal. Stormbolt to the sorceress, but she was able to get healed up. I believe that is a level 2 Holy Light, so oh, a little too late on the trigger there. Unfortunate, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. The Mountain King getting surrounded, a very nice thunderclap to slow the attack speed of all the surrounding units. But it's like small victories. It's I don't know where I was going with that. It's like small victories will account to nothing at this point. FQQ is very, very behind. I'm actually interested to see what the score screen will look like after this. Alrighty, the Mountain King of FQQ will be back in action very soon. There we go, fully healed. Sanctuary has worn off. Blizzard, I would say it's a really good ability against this kind of comp since there are no spellbreakers in this particular army, but yeah, it's weird because like Flame Strike, it can just easily be walked out of. And of course it's only level 2 Blizzard, so it's not as strong. Bit of a zoning Blizzard there from FQQ, but yeah, not much happening there. Mortar teams for Yumiko. Surprised he's not going for siege tanks this time, but oh well, I think he's got a really firm grip in this game. It's only a matter of time now. Will we go for a big fight or FQQ just GG? It seems like a big fight will ensue. Invulnerability potion on Yumiko's Mountain King. He's gonna go straight ham against FQQ's Archmage. That should be an easy target since he is only level 3, but I guess the Inner Fire armor is maybe a little too much for that Mountain King to overhandle. Regardless, the Knights are just ripping through those Spellbreakers. Blizzard doing a decent damage as well, but yeah, that game was decided long ago. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. It was really interesting to see. I should I'm gonna really, like, hopefully remember this game and refer back to it, because I think FQQ could have really gotten away with that cheese. I'll see you guys again next time. Take care.